Okay, I want to ask you about one more song. One more
Oh shit.
song. And you know which one I'm finna say?
Actually, I don't, cause it's like four on there.
Letter to My Mother.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Familiar. Talk about
Um,
Letter to My Mother, because that was like I've been listening to your music for a few years now, and that was just something I hadn't really heard from you. Like even the way you came on that song, the way you continued to come on that song to the end, I was like, okay, so how did that come about? And like, you decided to put that on your album. How does the family feel about that?
well, that was a journey. That was a real deal journey. So, for starters, like I said, my producer, you know what I'm saying, he sends me beats every now and again. This was one of them times he sent me. Actually, this time I think he sent me like 10 beats or whatever. So I'm sifting through, and I think this was like one of the second to last or whatever. And I had already told him, I this one I like, I dig it, whatever. But that one specifically, it resonated something in me to where normally I'll tell him, hey, I want these beats. He'll send them, and I'll sit on them for just a little bit, make sure I got the right inspiration. This one, I felt it immediately. I knew what I wanted to talk about. I knew what I wanted to say. I hit my engineer up like before I even got confirmation that that beat is already mine. I hit my engineer up and I was like, "Hey yo, I need to record tomorrow right after work, just one song, and this is a serious song. I'll pay you. Like if you need extra, I'll pay you for it. Like let's get it done." He was like, "Cool." My guy sent me the beat, and I wrote 5 verses. Only two made it to the actual album, but I wrote 5 verses because it's a touchy subject. You know what I'm saying?
So it's kind of like therapeutic. So where you
That's
just kept going.
that's it. That was the only reason I recorded it. That's the only reason I recorded it, and I was just like, I'm gonna do this, and that's it. But my shout out to Shy. That's my engineer. He told me, he was like, man, look, this is the type of realness that the people that listen to your music need to hear. It's other people that go through similar situations. So I was like, all right, cool. But I didn't take him serious at first. I was like, I only did this for therapy. That's not why, you know what I'm saying, I recorded it. But then it kept like echoing in my brain. So I showed one or two of my partners, and they was like, yo, that's the best song I've ever heard from you, bro. You got to put it out. And up until 3 days before I had to put the song out, I was actually going to switch it out with another song. And I was talking to my manager, and I was like, yeah, I was gonna do that one, but I'm gonna do this instead. She was like, all right, let me hear both. So she heard the other one, and then she heard Letter to My Mother. And right hand to God, she started crying. She teared up. She's like, you gotta put that on there. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna just go for broke, and I'm gonna do it. And I did it. And yeah, the family all called
So
me.
what's a little bit of the situation though?
I
Especially for those
mean,
who haven't heard the song. Like what's the situation that inspired like you coming at your mom like this about
so I do want to make one thing clear. It's not a diss song to my mom because some people have asked me that question. It's more of just these are my feelings. This is my reality, right? Um, if I'm being honest, I just it's just something like things I wanted to say. I just had to record it. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
I did receive word that she heard it.
okay,
you know, it's not a secret. We don't get along. We don't, talk anymore. I wish that wasn't the case, but you
okay. So you were saying some of the family feedback. So what did the family, I guess, that had already heard it? How did they?
know.
What was that call like?
Certain ones told me they was like, "Man, I felt your pain, Nephew. I felt your pain." I was like, "I appreciate it." Even one of my sisters was like, "Man, look, I ain't know you went through some of that." She's a younger sister. I was like, "Yeah, I did. I did." The one that got me the most was my dad. Actually, he. I thought my out of everybody, I thought my sisters or my aunties were going to show my mom the song. Right?
Mhm.
Not the case. My dad did. So he called me like, "Yeah, man, showed your mama the song." What do you mean you showed her the song? Right? But he showed her, and he had my back. He's like, "Look, Ken, that's true what he said. don't sit here and say he not lying, right? I ain't gonna get too deep in that, but you know, he had my back, which I appreciate.
That's what's up. Nah, definitely my family had your back. That's definitely good.